So we're up to number 13. Day 13 is Pilpul Talmidim. One cannot detach the three one from the other. Shemesh Chachomim, Dibuk Chaverim, and Pilpul Talmidim. Three sides of the same coin. Most coins don't have three sides, but this one does. And all these three are basically what we call Talmud Torah b'yeshiva. That is the yeshiva experience. Many other opportunities in the past, hopefully in the future, I spoke a great deal about how important the yeshiva is. It is the most fundamental institution of Beis Yisrael. And the yeshiva experience is Shimush Chachamim, Yibuk Chaverim, Pilpul Talmidim. They're all extremely important. In Tanas Dav Zayin Amud Aleph, the great Amoira Rav Chanina. Rav Chanina Bachama was perhaps the greatest disciple of Rabbeinu HaKadosh. He competes with Rav Chia, the two giants, Talmidei Rebbe. Rav Chanina says, Haber amadati meraboisai, mechavere yoise mehem, umitalmidai yoise mekulam. I learned a great deal from my Rebbeim, from my teachers, from my friends. I learned even more. And the most I learned from my Talmidim. Many times it's important to note who is the Baal HaMemre, who is the one saying the statement. So Rav Chanina was a Talmud of the greatest sage of his era, and the greatest sage probably many years before, and that is Rabbeinu HaKadosh. And he loved his Rebbe. He was a great Talmud. In Yerushalmi Masechet Nida, Rav Chanina says, I never gave up psak unless I heard it from my Rebbe. Kinyan Saris Roishi. I never gave up psak unless I heard it from my Rebbe. So many times, as many hair as I have on my head, and I assume he wasn't bald. So does a person know how many hairs he has on his head? So obviously, it is a statement which is bederach guzma, an exaggeration. But it does prove how attached Reb Chanina was to Rabbeinu HaKadosh, to his great teacher. And nevertheless, he is the one that says, Mechavere yoise mehem, umetalmida yoise mekulam. Everyone is familiar with the Gemara and Malchus Daf Yud. Talmid shegolo, maglen rabbi imoi. If it transpires tragically that a Talmid Chochem brought about, without intention, the demise of a person, he killed one, not intentionally, chas v'sholem, b'shoigeg, he is chayav galus. And the Gemara says, when we exile a Talmud, we exile his Rebbe with him. And the Gemara learns this principle because the Pasuk says, you need to give him life. And when the Rambam brings this halacha, Perek Zayin of Hilchas Tzech, the Rambam writes, and I quote, Chaye balei hachachma umevakshehu leloi talmud kemisa chashuvim. Life without a Rebbe is not life, that is death. But not everybody knows in that very same Gemara, Chazal go on to say, Rav shegolo maglen talmidov imo. And if it is the Rebbe that needs to go into exile, we send this Talmidim along with him. As important as the Rebbe is to his Talmidim, the Talmidim should be to their Rebbe. So after we try to explain Shemesh Chachamim, Dibuk Chaverim, Pilpul HaTalmidim is just as essential, as fundamental, and as important as Dibuk Chaverim and Shemesh Chachamim, and maybe even more. So let me share with you my personal experience. I think much of what I achieved in Torah, I achieved in the merit of my Talmidim. And let me try to explain it in a very simple way. There are many levels of achieving depth and clarity in Torah. It begins in your mind when you formulate ideas based on Yegiyah Satira and Omal and toil. And but when you express those ideas and you need to verbalize and formulate them to your Talmidim, that is the ultimate level and stage of clarity. I quoted a few days ago in the name of one of the greatest teachers of Torah in the Tkufa of Achronim, that was Reb Chaim Mebrisk, Reb Chaim Brisker. Reb Chaim said, if you cannot explain something, you obviously don't understand it. And a lack, a deficiency in trying to transmit an idea stems from a deficiency in understanding that same idea. So I think much of what I acquired and achieved in Torah is definitely in the merit of my Talmidim, of my teaching Torah. I was a younger man, and this goes back so many years. It goes back more than 45 years, and it was a short while after my chas and after I got married, and my great Rebbe, the Kloisenberger Rebbe, asked me to give a shiur in the yeshiva. And I objected, and I said, I need to sit in kollel. And he said, "Die bist nicht für ein kollel. You're not cut out for a kollel. You need to teach Torah." And to teach Torah, I tried. I was a year or two older than my Talmidim. And since then, I've been teaching Torah almost every day of my life, b'siyata d'shmaya. And a great deal of what I have, I could say, just like the great Amayra Reb Chanina said, "Haver amadati meraboisam, mechavere yoyse mehem, umitalmidai yoyse mekulam." But in order to achieve greatness by teaching Talmidim, we need to remember Rashi in Parshas Ve'eschanam. V'shinantom levonecho elu hatalmidim. Talmidim kruyim bonim. You need to feel towards your Talmidim as if they were your children. And it's mutual. If you will feel like a father to them, they will feel like your children. And the interaction between a teacher of Torah, between a Rebbe and his Talmidim, needs to be full of love and warmth, like the relationship between a father and his children. V'shinantum levonecho elo hatalmidim. So these three are the fundamentals of the yeshiva experience: Shimush Chachomim, Dibuk Chaverim, and Pilpul HaTalmidim. And both, or the three of them, as I said, three sides of the same coin, three stepping stones on our way, on our quest to achieve Kisro Shel Torah and to ultimately arrive to Har Sinai. Have a beautiful day.